Good morning and welcome back. Today I wanted to do some winter camping. It is mid-April here in California and spring is approaching. It is getting warmer. Things are starting to turn green. The snow is melting on the mountaintops, which is sad. And I wanted to be near the snow again. At least a few more camping trips. I want to try to squeeze in near the snow since winter is my jam. I'm here in Inyo National Forest, just outside of Convict Lake, and I want to find a place to go camping because the Eastern Sierras are one of my favorite places. Now, you are not allowed to camp around Convict Lake. You're definitely not allowed to build fires next to it. So I don't have much of a plan figured out yet. I am thinking of hiking past the lake farther into the national forest outside of the lake boundaries and trying to find some cool little spot to crash for the night that gives me a super cool view. It's such a beautiful spot. There's no bad places. I just can't be in the boundary around the lake because you're not allowed to camp there. Oh, that lake is so beautiful. Now, if it was up to me, I would set up my camp right here and have this beautiful view in the morning of the mountains and the sun hitting the lake. But unfortunately, I'm not allowed to camp here. I'm so tempted, but I know that's a huge no-no. People on the trail wouldn't appreciate it. I'm thinking of staying on Convict Lake Creek Trail, shooting past the lake and getting up into those trees up there. I brought my hammock, so I think maybe if I can find a couple trees that are next to each other, I can get a decent spot in the tree line over there. Instead of keeping on the trail, I think I will head back to the truck, pack up my supplies, and shoot for the trees. Now, it's absolutely beautiful weather right now. I think it's mid-60s with a very light breeze, but I know that tonight here at the lake it's gonna drop down to mid-20s and there will be a breeze, so I want to make sure I'm up against the mountains away from the wind. I got my good sleeping bag with me, and also I want to stay out of the wind because I'm having a heck of a time editing the wind out with the GoPro. Even if I don't hear it and it doesn't sound crazy, the GoPro picks up the sound of wind and it sounds horrible when I'm editing. I need to figure out a way to kill the wind. Maybe there's like a something I can put around the GoPro. I think there's something on the GoPro shop where the wind doesn't mess with the recording so much. Or I need to figure out a way to edit the wind sounds out. I wonder if I could get a hammock up in those trees. I don't know if I can even hike up there, a little bit of a hill. That would be really beautiful. This view just makes me want to sing. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Ah. I could build a house here with the biggest porch and live on the porch, and I'd be ecstatic every day. One of my favorite things about the Eastern Sierras is there are so many lakes just like this. I don't know the exact number, but I'd say maybe 100, 150 little alpine lakes tucked all up in the Sierras here. I love it. I love it so much. So the Convict Lake trailhead comes down around the lake, and then it follows the little northern part, and then it continues on past the lake. And that's where I'm shooting, to try to get outside the little lake boundaries. See, I really want to put my hammock right here, dangling over the water with that view behind me. But unfortunately, I can't do that. That's a shame. That would be such a cool way to wake up. It's honestly just a straight Norman Rockwell painting here. The only time this lake is prettier is during fall, when all of these are orange and yellow, and I think there's a couple reds that I remember up in the hills there. Oh man, this place is so beautiful. All right, now we are splitting away from the lake. The lake is now behind us, and we're pushing forward into the national forest. There's a last view of the lake for a bit. Although luckily we'll still have water. There is a creek that runs up here, and as a backup I also have what appears to be still a little bit of snow. So far these trees don't really look ideal for hammocks. Oh, how much I would love to be able to hike up there and have that view. There's nothing better than an awesome view overlooking a lake, especially one as pretty as that. I'm gonna try to get off trail and see if I can shoot up in these trees. See if I can find anything that I can string a hammock in. Oh, let's try this. Now, per the forest regulations, you have to camp at least 100 feet off the trail, or maybe it's 100 yards. I can't remember. I think it's 100 feet. I am definitely 100 feet off, at least. Oh, nothing good yet. Keep going. Oh boy. Stopping to take a little break. I have a possible spot in mind. Oh, that group of trees right up there. I think the lower part of them is sparse enough that I can get my hammock strung up there. If not, this was a sucky hike up here. But if it does work, it'll be worth it. Look at that view behind me. All right, let's keep going. I'm going extra slow because 2 weeks ago I had a toe surgery to correct a hammer toe. My second toe on my left foot has been pretty much deformed my entire life. Finally had it corrected. So it's still a little tender. So I'm hiking a little slow. Probably shouldn't be hiking at all, but taking my time, and we will get there eventually. I don't know if you can hear the river raging behind me. All the melting snow. Oh, it sounds so nice. Maybe in there, or over here. Okay, I think I'm gonna attempt to string it up right under here. I think I can get it from there to there. And I got a nice steep grade here. I can climb up on the rocks. Keeps animals from climbing up on me. And we got a decent view. I don't think you can see it through the brush in the camera, but super beautiful view. Well, I moved over a couple spots. I'm gonna try right here. It's gonna take a little finagling, but I'm gonna try to attach it from this tree over to this tree. That way when I'm laying down in the hammock, I have that view. And very far from the trail. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go down there somewhere or farther up there, but I'm gonna try to make this little spot work because I really like that view. Okay, I think this will work. I am hopefully optimistic here. The only negative thing is if I roll out, I'm in for a very rough night. It's a good 8-foot drop on the left side. Let me give it a shot. Oh yeah. That is comfy. And look at that view. I don't know if the camera is focusing because I'm in the shadow, but I have the coolest view. And a little bit of a sketchy view down there. As long as I get out on the right side, and if I feel myself tottering, I gotta roll right so I can land on this nice soft part. Because landing over there is a rough night. I'm gonna mark this spot on my map because I don't know if I'll be able to find my way back to it when I go back to my truck for the rest of my supplies. There we go. Should be able to find it now. All right, no time to waste. Sunset's in like 2 hours, and I have to head back to my truck and grab the rest of my supplies and also grab dinner and get back here before it gets dark. I don't want to be hiking up in this woods after dark because then I'll be sure to have a hard time finding my camp. Now, I absolutely love cooking a dinner at a campsite over a fire or just outdoors. However, we are pretty close to the Convict Lake Resort restaurant. They only open for dinner and they have the most delicious beef Wellington. So I'm gonna go back to my truck, pack up my backpack, drive over to the restaurant, have dinner there, then drive back here and hike the remaining stuff up. And hopefully I can do all of that before sunset. It'll be close, but I am craving that beef Wellington, so I think it'll be worth it. All this hiking, I'm working up quite an appetite. I'm just going a little slower than usual because my toe is a little tender, but in the long run it'll be much better for me. I'll be able to hike a lot better. And I never noticed how much I babied my left foot because of my toe, so I'm slowly starting to realize I can reshape how I walk with the full use of my big toe. Not my big toe, my second toe. It's no longer like bent under my big toe, so I can put a lot more pressure on my left foot. Once that surgical site heals up, this is going to be awesome. And the next thing I need to do is get a surgery on my right hip. 3 years ago I was in a pretty bad crash and messed up my right hip quite a bit, and I need surgery on it to get it all good to go. I believe I'm going to need a replacement on it, and once I get that, I'm going to be an unstoppable hiking machine. Once my hip surgery takes place in a couple months, that's when I'm going to start training again to do a Mount Whitney summit. And I already know what I want. The beef Wellington.
I don't know. Hiking, I'm always more afraid of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can I do a carrot and a salad?
Well, the sun hasn't officially set yet. Still have half an hour. It's just behind those mountains over there. But it's already dropped to 42 degrees. Last year, I bought this ridiculously comfortable, I don't even know what it's called, Sherpa jacket, and I haven't had a chance to use it here in Southern California. So I figured this would be an opportunity to actually break it in and use it in an environment where it'll be useful. Oh, there's a ton of deer. They're everywhere. There's one right there. There's one right there. There's deer all around me. There's a bunch behind that rock right there. Oh, there's one right there, right close by. Hello. You look friendly. She's like 10 yards from me, just standing there. Are you friendly? You look friendly. How close will you let me get? Hi. I've never had a deer let me get that close. They're more curious than anything. They're all just standing here looking at me. They must be used to people here. Those mountains look so beautiful, but now that my belly is full of beef Wellington and bread, the hike up to those trees where my hammock is looks a little intimidating. And sunset is in about 18 minutes. I got a little trek in front of me. There's something uniquely terrifying about walking into woods you don't know after dark. Little animals and birds, and occasionally a deer will dart out of a patch of shrubbery or bushes near me and terrify me. I never know what's out here because I don't know these woods, and it's terrifying sometimes, but at the same time it makes you feel alive, and I live for that adrenaline of being out here in the woods, away from civilization. I'm away from the lake, pushing deeper into the national forest, and then I'm gonna get off the trail to my campsite, and I'll be all alone, just me in a hammock, and that's a terrifyingly enjoyable thing I like doing. I don't know if there's a word for it, but it's like the perfect balance of relaxing in nature with a little bit of an adrenaline dump. I love it. Well, I am glad I pinned my campsite on Google Maps because I never would have been able to find it in the dark. Should be getting relatively close. My campsite is that love heart. Let me see, let's orientate myself. Right there, okay, almost there. Should be somewhere. You probably can't even see it. Somewhere in there. Ah, there it is. We found it. Whew, almost there. Home sweet home. You know, I'm not gonna lie. This place looked really, really cool during the daylight. But now that it's dark, it's kind of creepy and terrifying out here. Oh well. Too late to turn back now. It's gonna be so beautiful if the moon comes out and lights up this mountain. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera's, I don't know if GoPro's picking up on it, the snow, but if the moon comes out, that thing is gonna be illuminated beautifully. Well, I am all tucked in my hammock. I got a beautiful view off to my right. I got all kinds of weird sounds off to my left in the forest. I'm gonna lay down, just listen to the sound of the waterfall behind me, just enjoy the mountain view, relax, maybe watch a movie, and then fall asleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Oh, it's so nice and warm. This sleeping bag was perfect. It's so cold outside. Look how beautiful that is. Over there, you can see the lake. This was definitely one of the most comfortable camping nights I've ever had. Ah, it's so comfortable. The stars were so beautiful last night. It's so peaceful out here, I just don't want to get up. And I'm so comfortable. But I'm also pretty hungry, and all my food is back in my truck. I don't know what the temperature is, but it is quite cold here. Well, I'm gonna pack up this spot, head back to my truck, and cook breakfast. We are all packed up. What a perfect spot. A little inconvenient because it's on a pretty steep hill. So So there's not a lot of flat room to stand and hang out and relax. Time to head back to the truck to make breakfast. There's another deer. Gonna go down to this little beach right here to cook breakfast and make some coffee. That way we'll have breakfast and a super awesome view. This will work. So for breakfast, I'm gonna be making protein pancakes and candy bacon. So what this is I cut up a bunch of bacon, thick bacon, into tiny chunks, put a bunch of pepper, cinnamon, and brown sugar in there. And it's been sitting in there for about 24 hours. So fry that up and oh, it's so delicious.
Oh, look at that. The brown sugar is glazing nicely. Making a nice candy coat on it. Oh, that is good.
I think our bacon is done. Time for our pancakes. Put some of that glaze back in there for our pancakes.
Alright, let's see if we can flip this thing. Oh no.
Well, it didn't flip very nice. It's kind of ugly, but it will taste good. We're gonna throw hot water for our coffee and let that get going. Look at that. Big old protein pancake, candy bacon on top. That looks delicious. That is freaking glorious. Oh, that is perfect bacon. Look how caramelized the brown sugar made it. That is so good. Can't it get much better than this? Delicious homemade breakfast. I got coffee and a beautiful view. Oh, that's delicious. That is good. Well, guys, I've just been relaxing here, enjoying my coffee and the view. I think I'm going to do my dishes and then start heading home. This has been another fantastic adventure. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to get out and do this stuff for yourself. Don't just watch me do it, you do it. Until the next time, have a great day.